So,
Shadow of the Erdtree.
we want to go over our first and early impressions.
From the DLC of Elden Ring.
What was the first thing that stood out to you?
I really liked the opening. You go and touch the hand of Michaela, right? And there's this lady. Her voice seems familiar. I have heard her voice several times now.
Yes. I think she's the lady that talks in the trailers, yeah.
But I like when you arrive at the Shadowlands. Is this Shadowlands?
Land of Shadow. I don't know. Something.
Erdtree lands.
Erdtree. Yeah, exactly. That's Erdtree.
You walk into the land and there's like grand view.
Yeah.
Like when you go up with the lift and then you open the doors and there's also this grand view.
Yeah, they caught that they did the same like in the base game.
Reveal.
The reveal, yeah, exactly. That's the word. Thank you. Yeah, so we will have... Well, I guess minor spoilers for, I don't know, the first 10 to 15 hours of the DLC, if you take it super casually, because from what I've seen, we're both like, oh, this is the crucial path.
How about I go this way?
And then the other way.
And then in the other direction.
Yeah.
I was called here to fight Mesmer and find out what is happening to...
Marika?
Michaela? And Marika?
What he knows about Marika, yeah.
And I go like, nah, I'm an explorer.
It is.
You got the wrong tarnished.
There's so many lore implications.
Oh, yes.
It's great. Like, you find tidbits, especially, I think we have some understanding of what's going on, so we are actually able to pick up on some clues. Like, we find the puzzle piece.
Like, we find the puzzle pieces and I go like, how do you interpret this? I have no clue.
We are definitely not far enough yet to really piece it all together, but it's just nice finding the breadcrumbs.
Yes. The map is huge.
But it's sizable. It is definitely
I
big.
was surprised for it's sizable for a DLC, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, that's one thing I've also read, like, that they went and made Elden Ring 2 and sold it to you as a DLC.
Right.
It kind of feels like that. I'm
probably
glad they released it.
Probably a bit too small for
it would be a bit too small
game,
for a full-on game.
but really big for a DLC.
Absolutely. I mean, the price tag is also massive. So it's really just Elden Ring 1.5, let's say. Mm-hmm. That's the price of it. That's the value it brings to the table. It is interesting how it's kind of a mirror of the base game. Many things seem familiar, yet smaller.
Like oddly familiar, but different.
Different enough. Well, a few things are a little bit on the nose, like when they just take names and flip around letters.
For example?
Relana.
Renala and...
Relana.
Relana.
The L and the N is flipped.
Interesting.
And one is a wizard and the other is a sorceress.
Yeah.
But it's great. Some of the new dungeons are great. Like the visuals overall are extremely stunning. The area with the pots, for example.
They went full in with the creepies.
They went all in, yeah.
The creepies and the crawlies and the crawling out of creepies. Not for the faint of heart. But I mean, you don't play a Souls-like, what's it called? What's the company called?
FromSoft.
A FromSoft game expecting beautiful butterflies, right?
I mean, yes, but that also doesn't justify adding scorpion spiders to the game.
That can fly.
Yeah, some of the decisions are questionable. I do love almost all the new weapons I've found so far. Like, the movesets are fantastic.
The Ashes of War and stuff that they give you with the weapons. There are a lot of the cool things the NPCs can do.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can do them too. At least some of them, not all of them. But you can still spawn wings and fly down with your dagger.
I also like the perfumer bottles. These are a personal favorite. Like, just that you can now, without consuming any FP, cosplay a perfumer. That's so cool.
It's much more sustainable.
Yes, yeah. It feels like an actual weapon. The same with the throwing
knife.
Yeah, okay.
They put in some cozies, right?
I'm not sure if it's just cozies. It's just cool shit that normally would be reserved for NPCs.
Yes.
Like infinite ammo stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite small enemy? Non-boss already?
I mean, the birds are kinda cool, but not...
Oh, their armor. That's the thing. Thank you.
Yeah, their armor is funky.
The drip in the DLC is great. It's just really, really, really good.
And also the access to a lot of drip.
Yeah.
Like, they do give you a lot of drip.
Some sets, like, you just get the entire set, just like, there you go. Interestingly enough, the bird armor in particular, you have, like, really to collect it with breadcrumbs. We still have yet to find the headpiece.
The headpiece, yes.
if one exists, though we found 2 chest pieces, and the second one is fantastic.
Yes, it's really nicely designed. That's a thing I can say about a lot of things. I really like the design.
Yeah.
I like this ancient feeling they brought into the dungeons and the places. It's like you're walking through history.
It really, they really nailed the old look. So while Lanedale, for example, invokes feelings of maybe Rome or ancient Rome in that case with the Colosseums, etc., the legacy dungeons, especially the first legacy dungeon in the DLC, feels way older, even older than Egypt. So maybe Mesopotamia or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like you really feel that, as you say, it's fantastic. You do feel a bit like an archaeologist walking through the DLC.
Also, you come out of the base game and know what have things become, or like the newer history, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come back to a more older history and you go like, oh, so this is maybe the seedlings of what
the seedlings.
What you have seen now in the base game.
It would appear that way. It says that definitely nothing to do with some perfumers.
I have no clue of what the implication of that one is.
I don't know. It's cool.
And why America is all everywhere.
That is so interesting. The headless America, yeah.
I have no clue.
That there's so many. Maybe we'll find.
Maybe we'll find out what about.
Yeah. Who is beheading all the America figures?
I don't know. Probably guess is Mesmer.
Maybe. We killed 3 major bosses. Two remembrance bosses. We killed 2 remembrance bosses.
2 remembrance bosses and 1...
Not so remembrance, but very memorable.
That happens if you go like, oh, this mountain looks funky. I wonder what's over there.
Oh,
right.
We're not going to elaborate further. He's great. King difficult.
Super difficult. That's what I've been hearing, or what you read yesterday. A lot of reviews are a bit
negative on the
difficulty level, which I'm surprised because like why you come to the FromSoft game?
Are you hitting people with the Git good?
No. It's just like you should be expecting that kinda. Like it's not that I get good. Like I get frustrated if I have to do a boss 20 times, but also I expect it at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's not. It's kind of part of this style of game, right?
Yeah, there are some infuriating moments. Like at some points, they really cheap out on the stake of Maricas. Like in the base game, it could just use 1 or 2 more.
Though the new underground dungeons have a few more.
The catacombs,
the catacombs,
the
exactly.
caves don't.
The caves have too little, right?
Especially the pod caves.
The pod caves have too little.
Yes.
Especially like they have some not only enemies that can crawl out of places that you don't expect, and also like literally jump scares feels like, and the parkour part. So you get jump scared and fall into a hole. Like it's a bit
in the one
dumb sometimes. I feel like it's a bit over the top, but it's also expected since it's like you're in a DLC of a already semi-hard game. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
it's part of the style of it, right?
Agree. Yeah.
The only thing I would suggest is if you enter this area, act like you're a level 1 tarnished.
Yeah, exactly. Just go back to your time when you the first time stepped into Limgrave. To me, it feels exactly the same. Even the first boss or semi-boss you run into utterly destroys you. I mean, in Limgrave, it's the Erdtree Sentinel, and in the Land of Shadow, it's this fire.
Get good, punk.
Yeah, it's this fire thingy thing that just smokes you.
Yeah.
And it like feels unkillable. So it is very similar in feeling.
You definitely have to approach it with being a starter-ish character again.
Yeah, but I think we're enjoying ourselves. We're still waiting for the release of Seamless Coop. I hope by the time this one goes out, this is out too.
Waiting for all the mods to come in.
Oh god, yeah, Convergence will be a longer wait, but god, they will have fun. They will have so much fun.
Yes, they I feel like parts of Convergence have bleeded into my normal game.
Yeah.
For example, the thing with that you finally have some abilities of your enemies, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's very much what they did at Convergence. Just look at what's in the game already and then make it available. And now it really feels that FromSoft also took that approach, and it just feels great. I love it.
At least partially took that approach, yes. It was really cool. And I mean, you're already a mostly high-level character by then, and it's fun to try out. And you also have like enough runes and access to, for example, larval tears and the Queen on rebirths and stuff, so you can actually try out the things that you get.
Yeah, fair.
Waiting for the randomizer to drop.
Oh yeah, the randomizer will also be fun. That one should hopefully actually might even be out already. I'm not sure how much
already.
Coding.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how much coding it takes. I'll check afterwards. But then we'll need co-op as well.
Fair.
Do we have
an outro?
Coolest spoiler boss?
Coolest spoiler boss?
Yeah. What's the coolest boss we fought so far?
Lore implication wise? Or like just look?
The boss fight. Just the boss fight.
I kind of like the first one. Like the boss fight.
Okay. Yeah, he's great.
He felt like Alatreon to me.
He absolutely has some Alatreon vibes.
That thing does not control all the elements, but
enough.
Surprisingly many.
Surprisingly many, yeah. That fits it well.
Yeah.
For me, the favorite boss so far definitely is the Death Knights. They're so cool, and I want to become one of them.
Yes, they have so cool, yeah.
Like their abilities and everything. I'm so sad that I don't play a faith build.
The thing is, you actually get some of their abilities.
Yeah, so far we found a lot of it. Not the entire kit.
Not all the weapons yet, no.
No, their weapons we have found. You're thinking
some of them.
No, all the Death Knight weapons. We have only fought 2 Death Knights.
Okay.
We have fought the other. Like the Black Knights, it's the ones you're thinking about, and their Twin Blade.
Twin Blade, I want to find, yes.
Yeah, I mean that probably sums up our early impressions.
Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. I would say have fun at the game.